And we're back here at GOMTV.net, bringing you the StarLeague Season 2. We've had some really interesting games, actually, so far in this Group D.
Indeed we have. Tasteless. Symbol losing, and then Shine getting taken out by Curious. Really cool build by Trap. That's like, what he did in that game was like the definition of a metagame build.
Yeah.
That is a build that's going to be so hard to figure out what the hell is going on in time to stop it. Really good planning.
Now we're going to the winners match here. It's going to be between Trap and Curious. If there's somebody who can take Trap out, Curious is your guy.
I agree with that. He's Curious is Zerg that he's like a pretty full Zerg, right? He can do anything. He can play the
he can run the full
macro.
He Absolutely.
Can do the cheese. He has everything at his disposal.
Yeah.
But this is a best of one, and Trap showed ridiculously good planning in his first game. So
I wonder what else he's got in store for us. You know, when you're in a group of 4 players and you're Protoss and they're all Zerg in this case, you get a lot of extra time to prepare because it's only one matchup.
And there's 3 maps that you have to prepare too, so it's not that much. Whereas if it's like best of 3, there's so much more preparation that you have to put in.
Yeah,
especially when
you
they're
get more
choosing maps
tailored
and
builds
stuff.
for starting locations and stuff like that too. So I don't know. I'm just excited to see if he's going to be the one advancing or if Curious is going to pop right out of this group.
I don't know. It could go either way, but I would not mind to see a Protoss going up. We have none yet, and we have plenty of Zergs and Terrans already.
Yeah. Protoss has been having a hard time, actually.
Yeah,
nowadays.
You know, we just
not
over in Korea we haven't had many Protoss champions of anything. You know, MC a couple times and then Seed once against MC in the finals. It's like, okay, we understand only MC can win.
Yes, this is true. But hopefully we'll see some more Protoss dominance in the months to come. Well, hopefully in this tournament as well.
We've got a sick lineup of Protosses in this tournament, and what we've seen so far have been some very good Protosses, but not the very top. And yes, SOS has better results than Parting and Rain recently, but let's be real for a moment.
Yeah, let's be real for a moment.
Parting and Rain are god-level Protosses.
They're
like complete good. Protosses. SOS is awesome. He's one of my favorites, but the best Protosses are yet to come.
I don't feel like SOS is quite on the same level. He's close.
No, I mean, he's good. He's original, and he's done very well, but
Look, Curious has that look of a killer, man.
He always does. That's what he looks like at his birthday party.
I'm imagining the cake in front of him right now, the candles lit, everybody singing for him.
All the guys from TGI Fridays come out with their little drums and they're made a happy birthday song. And they're like, oh my god, this guy's going to kill us.
Oh my god, you're so funny. All right, it looks like it's time. Let's get hype here in this match between these two StarCraft 2 legends. In the bottom right, he's old school by now in StarCraft 2 standards. He is
Master StarTale Curious.
And his opponent, the only Protoss in this group, will he be the first Protoss to advance? He is
New challenger, STXO Trap.
We activated the trap card there.
Whoa! Yeah. I guess someone had to say it.
Someone had to say it.
Thanks for jumping on that grenade, Tasteless.
Oh, man. You're so funny today, Artosis.
Thanks.
All right. So, this map, it is a one-on-one map. Drops can be very strong down here.
Yeah, certainly. Don't forget that this map can be split in half very easily.
So Swarm host play in the late game is very strong against Protoss.
Curious is one of these guys that knows how to just make a lot of creep. I mean, not creep, but see, now I'm like creep colonies for spines and spores. No.
Remember when we first started
Spine
casting
crawlers and spore
StarCraft
crawlers.
2?
Oh, yeah.
When we first started casting, we kept calling the Stalkers Dragoons. And
yeah. I remember people getting angry.
It's not a Dragoon, it's a Stalker.
Like, well, the only thing I've done for the past 11 years of my life is play StarCraft 1 and talk about Dragoons, so you must forgive me. There's a unit that's almost the same exact thing that I'm casting right now.
Yes.
No!
There was something else we were doing with Twilight Council. We kept referring to that as the Citadel.
Yeah, I still do that.
I had to actually remove the word Citadel from my brain because it was so hard for me to not call that. I'm like, whatever, it's the same thing, man.
It's exactly, yeah. But now it's it makes sense it's Twilight Council because like the Protosses are together and stuff. Citadel of Adun, it's like, no, that's very one-sided government. Now that you have the two factions join, you can't do that.
That's a very good point.
This is a two-party system.
They really thought this stuff out.
For the Protoss.
Yeah.
It's true. Twilight Council. This is a group.
Sure, it's a two-party system. You sure there's not one political party that's like the third one that's like just nobody votes for him?
Well, I still would call that a two-party system.
This is true as well, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Protoss is fast expanding. This is the probably a little bit tougher fast expand build to pull off.
Yeah.
But it's very good if you know how to do it.
And, I do
It's also completely safe against anything. If you're to be 6-pooled, for instance, you just make the cannon your main, cancel the expand. So
Absolutely.
It's super safe for stuff like that, too.
When you're going for Forge and main expand, what you're actually afraid of is like the 10 pools, the 12 pools, because you can't get the wall and cannon up actually just right against that, and then suddenly you're in a bad spot. But those builds are much less common. Even like a 6-pool, generally speaking, but the metagame goes through shifts of that.
Yeah. All right, as we can see, there's actually 3 workers?
There's 4 probes on that guess.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, okay.
I guess the other one was actually far away, clicked on it to go back home, and then got rerouted.
Oh, okay, you're right. Because I was looking at that, I'm like, that definitely looks like there's only 3 on there.
Well, that's some efficient mining right there for 4. Oh, my God. Well, we're going to have to wait until that Cyberdeck score is done to figure out what's going on. For Curious right now, he's playing very standard as far as Zerg early game.
Is he going to hide a pylon?
He definitely could.
He's trapped, yeah.
It's like what he does.
Well, looks like Curious is just going to go for the mid-game, late game. Notice how well timed out this entire build is here.
If Curious can actually just live through everything, then he'll probably end up taking it,
I agree.
If Zerg can live long enough on this map and split it in half, there's not a whole lot of options for Protoss. So that's probably what he's looking for. But the thing is, Trap is like a really sharp player, so could be hard to do so.
All right. Overlord's now just being positioned out. Now, if we go into Sky Toss style, he's going to have to evacuate all those Overlords and send them back home. And he looks like he's at least opening Starport. We don't know if he's going to play full-on Sky Toss. But also note, Curious' Overlord, nice scouting there, spots it, and he will get out in time.
Yeah, the Sentry will push him back and damage him, but have to wait for the Phoenix or Void Ray to come out and finish him off.
Yeah.
Now, will it be a Void Ray or Phoenix? Because they're 2 different builds completely, and it's the Phoenix. So, all right, we'll see what he wants to actually end up doing with this.
Yeah.
What type of Phoenix player are we going to end up seeing?
Well, time will tell us. Looks like the drone's now being transferred here. Just a little bit of downtime here. Oh, is he going to get that? Does he see it?
Yeah,
he sees it. Okay.
Okay. So, that was a kind of cool hiding spot by Trap.
Yeah, it was.
A little bit more out in the open, but that's what you have to do nowadays.
It's actually fine. Taking into the Robo now. We'll see how many Phoenixes he gets. We've seen some people get up to 8 even.
Yeah, there are builds that go as high as 10, but those are rare. So I'd be surprised if he gets more than 5. That's pretty normal, but we've already seen 7, so could be that. But that's a pretty quick Robo. So should be probably going into rather quick Colossus after this.
Yeah. So Phoenix is right now, as you can see, Curious evacuated pretty much all the Overlords out off the map. There's just 2 more hidden around. I'm surprised he didn't go down that bottom route. That's a pretty common place to keep an Overlord.
We do have Spores on the way to try to stave off any damage.
And the Twilight Council government, I think I'd rather vote for the Blink Party.
Well, that's... if you want to be a brainwashed Blink user, man, don't get charged. That's fine with me. It's more charge for me and Tasteless.
That's right. I'll have to get to GOMTV faster.
Blink, why don't you just close your eyes permanently? Jesus. All right.
It's so funny. I got 3 more gates on the way over here.
And this is...
He's actually cranking out Immortals here.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to go straight up to a Colossi, but no, 2 Immortals are going to come out here. We have no Observer, by the way, right? Am I missing something? Did he skip Observers?
Yeah, for now. What this build is, this is actually an older build that, like, maybe 5 weeks ago, this was unbelievably popular. And it's a 2 Immortal, 2 Colossus push after a Phoenix opening. Trap is really, really, really good at this build.
Yeah.
And this is basically a 2 base all-in. But it's so powerful.
I think that this is the right build for Trap to use against Curious. I really like this.
And he's actually throwing down a Nexus, so there's a possibility he's changing this up a little bit. There is that possibility. But right now the build is... Oh, yeah, it's... Notice how he's hiding those 2 Immortals on the edge there?
Yeah, that's super
And he throws down the Nexus as everything walks in, so it looks normal.
It looks like actually like Curious is going to try to apply some pressure here.
Yeah, which is fine. 12 more drones on the way for Curious. Ooh.
Curious might just get killed here.
And he's getting Infestation Pit, which is absolutely not what you want against this.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling this game for Trap Tasteless. This is a really good choice, this build.
All right, the Phoenix is continuing to fly around here. And again, a lot of this does come down to the fact that he hit those 2 Immortals so well.
Yeah. If you see the 2 Immortals, you know what the build is.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh.
Again, this was super popular about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
In fact, I gained quite a few ladder points with this build.
It's a good build.
Quite a few.
It's a very good build.
So he's taken a 4th base. He's super droned in. He's teching. He doesn't have a lot of units. I think he's going to die to this Tasteless. This is...
Yeah.
There's only 4 sentries out, which gets me a little bit nervous for him. He has done the Nexus cancel, of course.
Yeah.
But you really actually want like 8 sentries with this, but he's focusing more on firepower.
Yeah, I think he wants more raw strength and not necessarily to win this so much through finesse.
Not normally how I see it, but
you get a Warp Prism off the back of this?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
We should see a Warp Prism coming up.
I was wondering because we don't see one
The
yet,
way he's doing it with the pure strength on the 7 gates, he has to use a lot more minerals on things like Stalkers instead of using the gas on Sentries, so we might not see the Warp Prism. It's a possibility.
All right, here we go. Guardian Shield up. And it looks like he's going to go around here for a... No, he's going to go around trying to get that pylon.
Yeah, and in fact, he might catch those 6 Stalkers, but the army is coming back to try to save the pylon. And it is important to keep a pylon alive here because...
Yeah, or you can't reinforce.
Yeah, you skip the Warp Prism.
He's actually going for this hatch again, and it will go down. He's continuing to push forward now. Actually winning 2 battles on 2 fronts right now.
Yeah, he's chasing this army all over the place, backing up.
He's actually going to try to trap him.
Yeah, well,
no pun intended here.
Trap is the one trapping here, Tasteless.
All right, wow.
He won't be trapped. He is trapped.
Now he's going to he's going to try to intercept this. Is he going to get this army?
Well, nice. You know what? Right now, Curious is being smart. He's buying time because he has Vipers that are going to pop out. If he gets the Vipers, he can pick off Colossi, but I don't think he's going to have enough army, really. This is a powerful set of units going up against him.
Nice time warp there.
Loses
Continuing
a Viper.
to push in here. 2 more Vipers. Are they going to get shot down as well? Looks like they do barely survive. So far, Trap doing a really good job keeping his army together, fighting these small engagements here and there.
The supply is going more and more towards Trap, which is exactly what you want with a build like this, but he's down to 3 sentries, not any energy on that. He's lost 1 Immortal. He does have 3 range Colossi. All right. You know, this...
Is he going to... No, he's not going to get that. Nice, getting the Infestation Pit. Messing up the tech here for the Zerg. Now the question is, does he go into the second base, or does he go up here to the 3rd base?
I think he has to go into the second. He has to hit this army before he doesn't have enough. And nice yanks! And down goes 1 Colossus. Will he get the 2nd? The Colossus running away, and it does die.
Down.
But has he lost too much?
Too much, yeah.
It looks like it could be. There's just so much firepower here. It turns out it was a really good idea.
GG.
GG indeed. Good idea.
We have our first person to move up out of Group D.
Yeah, we do have a Protoss going on. Good build order choices by him. A very hard one to scout there. That build looks pretty normal because he throws on that Nexus stage going to cancel this. But this is a build that if Curious really went through Trap's games, really went through his PVZs, I've seen Trap do this multiple times, just like that. So, you know, Curious, he over-droned a bit, he over-teched a bit, just didn't have the units he needed to stop it.
You know, I love that he hit those 2 Immortals. That was so good.
Yeah. He hit him just right, and the Phoenixes cleared out the Overlord, so it was really hard to actually get in there and scout those
It's really tough to prepare for that.
Because when it's just Colossus, you're like, okay, I know what I'm playing against, and then Curious is in a great spot.
He also managed to save that pylon. I mean, if he'd gotten that pylon that was proxied...
That definitely helps a lot, man.
That could have actually meant that attack would not have worked. He couldn't have gotten the reinforcements there. It was actually kind of a nail-biter there at the end.
Yeah,
he did harpoon those 2 Colossi, took them both out, but in the end there were just too many Stalkers.
Yeah.
There's just too much.
Well,
it was just this big death ball.
He chose to actually spend in that way and focus more heavily using his gas and minerals together on the Stalkers as opposed to getting those few extra sentries
and zealots. Yeah,
yeah, and
he wanted to win with he wanted to win with raw strength in this case, not necessarily like
it actually worked out better that way.
Force fields up here and there, you know.
It did work out better that way.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to the interview now and see how Trap feels.
Trap says he's glad because it felt pretty easy for him today to get through his games. Looks pretty relaxed.
애초에 타이밍을 잡고 왔는지 아니면 봤는데도 불구하고 지금 써버렸거든요. 그 타이밍 자체를 노렸는데 그 멀티 취소까지 하고 어떤 그 마음으로 게임을 했는지.
원래 타이밍 노리는 빌드를 준비해 왔어요. 그리고 불사조로 보는 순간 가면 끝나겠다 싶었는데 감시군주가 좀 빨리 와갖고 약간 당황했는데 거기서 또 불사조로 한 번 더 정보를 얻어갖고 그것 때문에
Trap says he did intentionally prepare the timing build, and he was a little bit caught off guard because when he first scouted with his Phoenix, he thought like the game was over right there, but then he miscalculated the timing a little bit, and so he was confronted slightly earlier than expected, but then he gathered all the rest of the information he felt necessary, and so he just played it out.
되게 준비하기 편했어요. 저는 단판보다는 3판 2선이 더 자신 있기 때문에
테란보다 이렇게 저그가 좋아요? 상대하기에?
둘 다 좋아요. 근데 이게 왜 이런
And Trap feeling confident against both Terrans and Zerg. Doesn't feel that either race is necessarily easier. He's comfortable with both matchups.
저그전은 사실 저그가 제일 많거든요. 이번 시즌에 올라온 선수 중에.
And he said he felt pretty comfortable with preparing for his matches today. Although normally, just as an individual, he feels more at ease preparing for a best of 3. But with the matchups he was presented with, he was actually comfortable with the best of 1s today.
많이 안 좋아가지고 좀 팬분들 입장에서는 제가 아직 못한다고 생각하실 수 있는데.
좀 억울한가 보네요. 네, 말씀하시죠.
Yet another player who feels that they have not shown the best performance in Pro League, and so they can't really blame the fans if the expectations aren't high. But you know, he said it felt easy for him today. He got through. Things are looking pretty good.
첫 번째고 지금 유일한 번째까지. 지금 그 김유진 선수의 어떤 탈락을 보고 자신이 올라갔어요.
And yes, of course, the first Protoss to be moving on, and as SOS actually got knocked out today in the round of 32, and that could mean a lot for him. So, I mean, of course, they weren't the only two, but.
지난 시즌까지 김유진 선수의 어떤 그런 모습처럼.
I think Trap's tried to choose his words carefully. And he's like, yeah, I think if I just prepare, I can match or best the.
Hi, we're back. I don't
know if we can match the Internet Explorer. Well, I would hope so. That is not.
It was an Internet Explorer invasion right there.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, so I guess I don't know if we're gonna get back to the interview or not, but
I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing no.
But it looked like the interview was wrapping up anyways,
yeah,
so whatever.
Yeah. So what we have? Symbol and Shine in the game now, and pretty soon here we're gonna get that game going.
Yeah.
Only ZVZs from here on out.
That's right. Symbol versus Shine. Symbol has to be a bit nervous about it, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, Shine is a very
Shine is
opponent.
just, he's so hard to prepare against. It's like you know he's going to do something really weird, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to stop it.
Yeah.
You know? He's got a very acute way of playing the game.
Yes, he certainly does. It is adorable, but
I don't know.
I do it every time. I can't help it.
I know.
I cannot help it. You know, Symbol has a very obtuse way of playing the game. he's very wide open to doing whatever it takes to win at the moment.
So once they're ready over on GameNet, start the game. We'll get this going.
Yeah.
Here with Symbol and Shine. I actually think Shine's going to win. That's actually my pick.
You think he's going to take out Symbol?
I have a feeling.
Who wins? Well, okay, let's say Shine wins that. Does he beat Curious?
No.
Okay. You think Curious coming out? I think that's not a terrible
You think Symbol's going to win?
I do. I have to, because Symbol has shown us amazing ZVZs. You know, he's gone so far on ZVZs in the past against some of the best Zergs in the world.
Yeah.
He's just... I just look at these two players, I'm like, Symbol and Shine. I'm like, okay, Symbol is much better than you. Symbol should win this, but it's best of one. Who knows?
I would not want to be in a best of one against Shine, man. That's
no,
for
probably
sure.
not. Well, actually, you know what? If I had to play a best of one for my life, I want to be against Shine. Because I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to defend.
Oh, that's a good way to spin it, actually.
Because you put me in best of one against Flash, I'm never going to win that.
Never, ever going to win
Doesn't
that.
matter what I do. It doesn't even matter. You go 2 command centers first on Cannon Rush, I'd probably still lose. But, you know, against Shine, maybe.
Maybe, man.
Yeah, probably not still, but...
do you think he's going to do one of these rushes again?
Shine? Like,
yeah.
I don't think he's going to do the quick baneling, like 10-pull baneling again. No. Definitely not, I would say. I think he's set the tone where Symbol has to go, like, pull first. So why not just open hatch first for Shine? If he wants to go all in off 2 hatches. I feel like that's maybe a better way to look at this.
I just don't expect anything standard from Shine.
No.
I never do. I basically never see it.
No.
So, yeah. It looks like we're going to have a little bit more downtime here, but pretty soon we'll be getting into this game. Talk to me, Artosis.
Well, I mean, I think I've talked to you about ZVZ as much as I care to.
You've been playing some old school games, right?
Yeah, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden right now.
We
talked about that a little bit before. Original
NES?
Yeah.
That one's hard.
It's hard. It's very
that one's. I should actually put that on Try Hard as well, that show.
It's a hard one. It can be frustrating. Especially when you're trying to actually jump from cliff to cliff because the controls are so unresponsive. Sometimes you go down and you're like, oh crap, if I go down one more time, I die. I have to get this going up. And it's like actually very hard.
I was playing a lot of Contra, man. That game is...
I had a lot of fun.
It's so hard.
Just type in the cheat codes.
Oh, no, teachers, why don't you just get different lives?
You know what you should play? I enjoyed it. I had it for Nintendo Life Force.
I've never even heard of that, actually. Is it really good?
It's just like Contra, but with like space jets that go through like a giant alien body.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's fun. It's fun. I liked it. I played it a ton of times.
You were playing, you got the new, now why can't I think of the name? The new Game Boy?
Yeah, I have the 3DS.
Yeah. Did you got Ocarina of Time on that?
Yeah. Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing
game.
You can download all the like old Nintendo games on it.
See, that's so good.
And you can download like they like remake a bunch of like N64 games and stuff. It's awesome.
This is a new thing they've started doing is just remaking these old school games.
Well, they're catching on from the movie industry that
I was exactly
everything
what I
new
was about to say.
sucks.
Yeah. They're like, well, you know, what was successful a while ago? All right, well, we'll just make that again.
Yeah, make it again, make it better. It's like, what's your favorite video game? Oh, it's StarCraft 2. Guess what? 2. Yeah. StarCraft 1.
Then we just make StarCraft 2. Yeah.
And it's not exactly a remake, but you get my point, right?
This is a pretty long delay here. We're sorry, guys. No. Hopefully we do get into this game pretty soon here. Yeah. Symbol and Shine, a ZVZ. It is a best of one.
Take another moment.
So, if you lose this, that's it. Your story ends there. You're out.
Yeah.
So a lot of pressure here.
It is. And Symbol does... I mean, this guy, when doesn't he get at least round
I feel
of 8?
like he's...
seriously?
I feel like Symbol is like the tragic hero of StarCraft 2. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's so close.
He's so good.
He's always at the top of the tournament every time.
Yeah.
But here he might just fall down, and the field is getting harder and harder. And the thing is, he's made it through multiple of those fields extremely far.
Yeah.
Right? Like, top 4 and top 2? What? Like, that's insanely good.
But he's not
SOS did that too, kind of, to a lesser extent. And he's out. So, it could be.
All right. Well, it's a one-on-one here. ZVZ, best of one. Anything can happen. But there's a lot on the line. One of these two pro gamers is about to be eliminated here in Group D in the round of 32. Looks like the countdown has started. Whatever the best ZVZ build they have is, we're going to see it right now as everything is on the line for their tournament life. The map will be Newkirk Precinct, and it looks like it's almost loaded up. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis, and this is Season 2 of the StarLeague.